Hello, we are with NightMoves magazine, and today we have DJ Danny Meyers with us. So would
Hi,
you like
Sam.
to introduce yourself? Give us a little, hey, how are you?
Well, I am Danny Myers. I have been a DJ, oh God, since the 70s. So, I think I'm coming up on 50 years DJing. Not quite, 45 or something like that. I got into the strip club business, though, in about 95. So I was in regular clubs, started out in the disco world, with Saturday Night Fever and, Donna Summer, stuff like that. Moved into the strip clubs in about 95, and I haven't looked back.
And you're
So
still working in the strip club industry, yeah?
yeah, I'm kind of semi-retired. I don't do it for a living anymore. I work at Diamonds Cabaret up in Dayton, Ohio, and I'm there 2 nights a week, which is what I want. I don't want to work 4, 5, 6 nights a week anymore. I've been doing that too long, and it's more fun when you only have to do it 2 days a week and you've got other things going on. So
Oh, that's exciting. But you also, you were the founder of Panda,
nope,
correct?
not the founder, not the
Oh, I thought
founder.
it
I
was
am
you.
No, actually, I don't even know who really founded it. Platypus is definitely up in there. They had a group of people that had the first vision, and it was DJ Platypus and Dane Hansen, Mark Wagner, just a bunch of the OGs, as we like to call them. They put it together. I joined Panda in 14, and it's been going since 12. So no, I joined it in 13. It's been going since 12 because we are getting ready to do our 10-year Pandaversary coming up real soon.
10-year Pandaversary. So for somebody that wasn't inside the employee side of the strip club world, what is Panda?
Panda is the acronym for Professional Adult Nightclub DJ Association. We are a group of strip club DJs. We used to like to say from all over the country, but we've got international DJs now in different countries. And it's a social group. We have a Facebook group that we all kind of whine and bitch and stuff about. But we also we talk about things like some of us take it more serious than others. Some of us just like to bitch, but some I'm really big on trying to help share music and help promote music, like the new stuff that comes out. If it's working great for me, I want the other guys to know that it's working great for me as well.
So you guys have a tight-knit online community?
Yes, very much so. Yeah, we have, not only just the social media thing, but we have a big presence at Expo when that's going to be coming up here, and we also, as I said, we're getting ready to do our Pandaversary. That's going to be in May, and that's going to be in Huntsville, Alabama, all in part with the EDIs. So we're going to be doing a little panda party and stuff like that, and then hanging out with Jerry Westland and doing all the Pony Club stuff.
No, that's very exciting.
I know.
Congratulations, 10 years. So next, I do most of the content creation side of the magazine as well as porn. So you said you were in nightclubs, adult nightclubs since the 90s, 95.
Yes, about 95.
So when internet porn became a thing, did you notice a difference in the culture in the strip club?
Um, I think internet, I don't know if I'd really put it on internet porn. I'll say internet itself, definitely had a change on the industry, because, I mean, if you go back to the 90s, at least, where I grew up, it wasn't that easy to see a boob. If you weren't dating a girl, you didn't get to see the boob, unless you bought a Playboy magazine or you watched HBO and you tried to unscramble the little, only people my age are going to get that. But I think that it was just a cool thing back in the 90s to go to a strip club, and it was just cool to see a girl show her boobs. And so I think the level of expectation has changed with the customer. I think they expect more than just to look at a boob. So maybe parts of that has hurt it a little bit. I think the advertising side of it helps. So yeah, it's been a change, I think, with the internet itself. As far as porn, it's woke a lot of people's eyes up to other things that they can do if they don't mind being naked and they don't mind doing porn. There's that, and then of course there's the step halfway in between, which is OnlyFans, which you can do porn if you want or just show your boobs.
So it's all
Not
about
that
the
I've
boobs.
ever been on OnlyFans to look though.
I was about to ask, that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. Have you been on OnlyFans on either
No,
side?
no,
You've never clicked on it.
I have never clicked on OnlyFans. For me, I get paid to look at naked girls. So, I'm a DJ at a strip club. They pay me. So the whole thought of me paying to see somebody, I don't know. I guess, if there was somebody I knew that I wanted to support them and throw 10, $20 at them, that'd be something. I'm not saying I would never do it, but to date, I have never been on OnlyFans on either side of it. I haven't gotten naked on OnlyFans either that I know of.
So you don't show
Hopefully
your
nobody's
boobs.
putting no, nobody's putting any videos of me out there that I at least I don't know. That was a gross sight. Sorry.
A lot of the girls that do feature in your clubs, you work very close with the features, are adult stars, but that has become more and more common with OnlyFans rising, girls going out and doing these videos. So do you have girls that in the club you work in that have accounts of their own,
Oh
as
yeah, a
well
lot of
as
my girls.
dance?
Yeah, a lot of my girls have OnlyFans. Probably, I'd say it's easier for me to tell you that I have more doing OnlyFans than not doing OnlyFans. The only ones that are not doing OnlyFans just haven't got there yet. They will. Yeah, some people need to keep their lives a little more private though, and they have to be a little careful. Some people are normal during the day, and and they have to watch out for that day job and things like that. But yeah, I'd say most of my girls are on OnlyFans.
Do you think that interferes with the club atmosphere? Do they keep these two things separated, or are they advertising it to the customers there?
Uh, it's kind of funny you would bring that up. I do a couple podcasts myself, and I do one with one of my entertainers. We talked about this exact subject, the OnlyFans subject, and because a lot of the girls do both. Uh, you know, I think with social media in general, our entertainers, they like to give out their Instagram, which is fine. When we post pictures of our girls, we tag them in Instagram to help build their followers. And when you do build their followers, the first thing you see on Instagram is follow my OnlyFans, follow all my links. So I think they all do kind of work together. We promote the girls promote I don't know if they directly promote their OnlyFans at the club or not. I'm up in the DJ booth, so I rarely hear any like conversations between the girls and the customers.
That's exciting. That's interesting. I'd like to know if they are. With social media, you mentioned that you have an Instagram and you put your girls on it and they are allowed to share their Instagram. I have heard of some clubs requiring their girls to do some level of marketing online for the club. Have you heard of this before?
Yeah, I don't think we ever have to make our girls do anything. Our girls love to do social media. Most of them have started a separate account for the club. My club is Diamonds Cabaret, and we have girls this at D Doll, Diamond Doll this, and so they have started a separate page so they can keep their personal life. You always and for safety purposes, and I'll say this to every entertainer, don't give out your real name. People can find you. It only takes one creeper out there to find you, and we've all heard the stories. So if you're going to do this, start a separate Instagram and don't use your real name. Don't give out your real name. Have a fake real name.
Fake real name. I
A
just
fake
had
real
this
name.
conversation with somebody else. I was doing something that was non Samsung related. So I was like, should I use my name or create a whole nother name? So a fake real name. I like that idea. So
Yeah,
further on
you got to protect yourself.
with your girls and OnlyFans, would you suggest that an entertainer, say she's exceptionally good looking or whatnot, you say, hey, you should probably start doing this? Would you push them that direction?
No, I wouldn't personally push anybody to do anything. If they ask me my opinion, I might give it. If they regret it later in life, I don't want it coming back on me. So would I personally push it as a DJ or as a friend? Probably not. Probably not.
Probably not. Well, that's good. Responsible. You don't want it falling back on you and
Cover
the
my
girls.
ass.
Fair enough. CYA. With online accounts, obviously the entertainers, the girls have OnlyFans in their side, but you mentioned that DJs and musicians have their platforms now that you can go follow. What are some of those? And are they pay-per-view? Are they subscription based, view based?
As far as DJ groups, I've never really looked into that a whole lot. As far as I, I, I don't really care to hear somebody mix music. There's a lot of people that do it. They put their sets out there. I'm not knocking the talent level. It's just something that I don't do. I don't follow other DJs mixes. However, I do, I am a part of obviously the Panda Group. I'm part of the strip club industry group, the adult club owners, managers, all those Facebook groups and things like that. So I try to keep my finger on the pulse of the industry a lot.
Given that sites like FanCentro and all my links and up to and including OnlyFans itself, again, it doesn't always mean that you're doing X-rated content. Are you aware of any of the strip club DJs or DJs in general that have those accounts?
I have heard that they are available. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I think I had a conversation with somebody one time, and they tried to do their mix sets on OnlyFans and put them up there, and nobody paid to listen to it. So it didn't really work out for them. But I know OnlyFans, they allow DJs to put their mix sets and things on there, and I think that's kind of their way of saying that we're not just a porn site or adult pictures, videos site. I think that's just their way of trying to expand, but OnlyFans, come on, we know what it is.
That's a lot of why I brought it up, because they are doing a large movement push on, hey, we're not only X content. So I had thought perhaps the DJ world was like, hey, we should start this up.
Yeah,
And
there's been talk of it. I just don't know anybody that's really done it and had any success at it.
I think there'd be a Panda account.
Yeah.
I'm giving you ideas.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, with our type of DJ, there's so many different types of DJs out there. You've got your club DJs. Your club DJs are the ones that I guess put more emphasis on the beat mixing and things like that, which is what the mix sets would be. For DJs and strip clubs, most of our emphasis is on what we play, not necessarily mixing them together, but what we play and what we say. Is mostly of what we are judged by, and that's for most clubs. Now you can go to a lot of clubs like you go down to Monroe's and they're beat mixing and everything else, and it's a whole different vibe down there. Your South Florida clubs, your 11s and places like that, Scarlets, they they are a club that features entertainers. But for the most part, if you're not in one of those markets, what I do is just I stop and start songs. For my particular market, I want people to realize it's a different song changing. What I'm trying to say is, you got a lot of these clubs. If you're dancing and you're an entertainer, how many times have you been doing a private dance by the song and you didn't realize the song changed?
Oh my
So it's like,
goodness, so many times.
and then you get billed for two and you only get to charge for one. So it doesn't, my particular style, and I'm not saying my style's right. My style is right for me. My particular style is to talk, at least say something in between every song to make it obvious that you're going from one song to another, so a girl doesn't get trapped into that.
In the strip clubs, since we already said there's a difference between club DJs and strip club DJs, is there a big difference in between the DJs themselves when you go from club to club?
Very much so. You got old school DJs. Oh God, I'm gonna get myself in trouble for picking on the young kids. But when I started, God, here I am with a back in my day thing. Hold on, let me get back in my day. When I started in strip clubs, we had CDs, we had records, we had mini discs. Most of our time was set finding the next song. So in other words, you got to eject your CD player, put the CD back in the case, put it away, grab another CD, put it in, load it up to track 4, cue it in about 10 seconds. We always had these little labels on the CD cases. So most of our time was really spent looking for the next song. You had to have knowledge of your music. You had to have knowledge of how to run a mixer, how to duck your volumes and things like that. Technology today has made the technology side of DJs much easier. Meaning like you've got Spotify playlists. I know DJs that they don't even barely know music. The girl tells them, here's my Spotify playlist, and I play 3 songs out of your list and go to the next girl and go to her spot. I mean, the, it doesn't take research anymore. It just really takes somebody that knows how to do this. So my point is that DJs are getting lazier because of this. And before everybody jumps my shit about this, let me tell you why DJs are getting lazier. Yeah, and this is going to bring up a whole nother subject. I don't know if you, I don't know how much time you've got here, Sam, but my other subject is the reason that DJs. Okay, I have several owners and managers constantly call me because I do consulting, saying, "Here's my problem. My DJ is not playing what I want them to play. They're playing only what the girls want." And I say, "Well, who pays them?" Well, they get tipped by the girl. Okay, what's your point? And so DJs are in a situation. Say, Sam, you're on my rotation, and Sam, say it's an optional tip out thing. And I know if I play you 3 songs that you don't like, I'm not going to make a whole lot. But I also know if I play you your 3 favorite songs, I'm going to get 20, $30 out of you. So
Uh,
DJs are right now I call it DJs are becoming a whore to the stripper, if that makes sense. Because all they're doing is playing whatever song a girl wants, and the owners are getting mad. But it just comes down to owners change the pay scale. Get rid of the tip out. If you don't want your DJs listening to your entertainers, if you just want a format, pay your DJ a good salary and take the tip out away. And it's a simple answer. Boy, I just went off on a couple of side rants there, didn't I?
Oh,
Sorry
that's
about
fine.
that.
I have a question for you now. Okay.
Okay.
DJs, strip club DJs are tipped employees. They rely on the girls to tip them. And you said you're kind of a whore to the strippers. Given that you are in a sex driven industry and rely on tips, would you consider yourself to be a sex worker?
Uh, I hate the word sex worker and the term sex worker. And the reason I hate the term sex worker is the opposition uses that against us. When we in the adult club business classify ourselves as sex workers, then you've got the local church groups down there, and they go, see, they even admit they're sex workers, because people who don't know what a sex worker is, the sex worker term implies you're a prostitute. You work in the sex industry. So I that's why I've always hated that term, sex workers. Yes, I am a sex worker. I work in the industry, but I certainly would not run around and tell my next door neighbor I'm a sex worker, because people outside the industry don't know what that means, and they always assume the worst.
So you're in short, yes, you are a sex worker, but you don't like the term and would not go out of your way to tell other people what you do. What do you
You're
tell people?
probably the first person I ever said I'm a sex worker to. I'll tell people what I do, just not use the term sex worker.
So how do you explain it? Do you tell them that you are in a strip club, or do you leave it at DJ and just keep it quiet?
Well, it's getting easier to answer that question because, as I say, I'm semi-retired. I'm 2 days in the club. A lot of my side work is in music promotion, production, things like that. So, with my podcasts that I do, and I've got several of them, we feature music and new music, and we promote it out there to the strip club world. Part of what I'm talking about, I'm with Panda, and Alon Fong and I do the Panda Top 20, the Panda Off the Charts, all these different music shows. So when people ask me what I do for a living, I say I am in the music industry. I promote music, and so that's not really lying, but it's not saying I DJ in a strip club. And again, people outside the industry that have never gone to a strip club, when they think strip club DJ, they think some Ron Jeremy looking guy with hair all over the place and chains hanging down and smelling like 5 bottles of last year's Brute, getting on the microphone going, "Hey, okay, guys, check out the ass on that girl. Hey, yeah, I'd tap that in a heartbeat," So, you know, uh, that's why I don't tell people outside the industry what I do, because they don't get the professionalism of what the industry really is or what the industry should be.
So you and Fong are pumping out lists and content and podcasts. Would you go and say to your neighbor, I'm a content creator,
Yeah.
I do social media?
Yes, yeah, because I am. I live on social media for both, my podcasts, and for the club. I'm also Diamonds Cabaret's social media person.
This
So,
social
so
media influencer seems to be a very widespread profession at this point, and you have hopped on board.
yeah, you have to. You have to get on board everything, and you have to learn the differences. Everybody thinks that they're all the same, and the markets are different, the age groups are different, the demographics are different for each platform. So, which means your hashtags need to be different.
Oh, I hate hashtags. So let's go into that. How do you feel about gray bands, shadow bands, and the tie to hashtags?
My TikTok has been shadow banned, and it's not for anything I have done. And shadow banning, for those who don't know, TikTok did not kick me off, but I used to create content and stuff, and I would get 20, 30,000 views. Now, if I put something on my personal page, I'm lucky to get 5 or 6 views. So they don't kick you off, but they don't actually show your stuff to anybody. I hate it. One of the things I hate about TikTok tremendously, and my biggest gripe with TikTok is, okay, I used to do a comedy thing, a little redneck comedy thing with a character I created on TikTok. And so one of the jokes I did, I was talking about Valentine's Day, and I did this joke. I said, "You can't spell Valentine's Day without anal." And do you realize that I got a message from TikTok that said that that my language was wrong? Now, mind you, this is TikTok, who allows you to, in fact, pays you to promote music, rap music, that drops the N word every other word. It drops every cuss word possible, but I can't say anal.
Do you think this hypocrisy is because of the profession that we're in, or do you feel like their AI is random? Because I've seen everything from very, very small bikinis to I personally got in trouble for a shirt close to this one. It may have been this one because of cleavage,
Yeah.
which made no sense to me. But so how do you think they choose who to shadow ban and who not to?
You're gonna get right back to that hashtag thing. When you use hashtags like strip talk, when you stripper, anything strip, then you can get. You won't. I'm not gonna say you will. Nobody understands how they do it, but I'm just taking in my opinion. Anytime you use strip club, stripper, this, what was it, strip talk, and a few of the other ones, I think that when you keep using that, I had strip club etiquette. That was my character that I did, and we talked about all the stupid things that go on in strip clubs. But yeah, I think that's how I got nailed. But yeah, I you know, I get their point. AI is what's overseeing this because there's not a live person that can look at every Facebook post. It's not going to happen. So they put up this little thing and they try to scan for bodies. And sometimes they'll see a overweight male without his shirt on running down the street, and he gets flagged for nudity, because it looks to them like boobs. So they miss on a lot of occasions, but I do get what they're doing. They are trying to keep the online world safe, and it's not perfected yet. How they make their decisions has not been perfected yet, and the disputing policies aren't really that good either. Your ability to dispute something.
Do you still use strip club revolving hashtags? Or have you changed and just gone with things that are trending, even though it doesn't fit your video, so it pumps up where you are at
Yeah.
on the algorithm?
We try hard with our music podcast. As you can see in my logo in the corner up there, yeah, hang on, I'll move the microphone out of the way. There, it's what's hot in the strip clubs. And we talked about this before we started with that name. Is this name going to get us in trouble? So far, it hasn't. It hasn't backfired on us. We're sponsored by Strip Joints, which is Bob Chiappardi's wonderful company. And, but we do constantly say it's all about the music. You know, that's one of our big hashtag lines. It's all about the music. We're very careful. But as far as hashtags go, I don't use the word strip club in there. I would for the music, you know, it's all about the music, new music, music for the clubs, music to dance to, pole dance music, things like that. I do. Now for the club, that's a little different story. I think for the club, you have to find ways of saying you're a strip club without being a strip club. I think they always say, you know, do a couple of hashtags about your location, you know. So my club's in Dayton, Ohio, Dayton Party, Dayton Models, that's a big one, you know, Cincinnati Models, Columbus Models, Dayton Babes, that's always a good one to do. I never put stripper in there because I'm afraid I'll get nailed. And then obviously, you know, you got location, then you got your what you're selling and things like that. So, you know, Tuesday night party, where to go in Dayton, fun times in Dayton, things like that, you know. So, but now I personally like to stay away from the word strip in a hashtag.
You've obviously spent a lot of time on social media. How many accounts do you have, and how long did it take you to grow them to where they're at today?
For me personally, let's see, I got Twitter. I don't have any huge numbers. I'm not like you in the millions or anything like that. I don't have boobs. You know, if you want to grow social media and you're a 66-year-old man, it's a little difficult. So I mean, you got that dress on, so you know. But yeah, I'm on Twitter. Everything of mine is either Danny Myers or DJ Danny Myers. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. What else am I missing here? Just about all of them, I think. I know I'm kind of getting a little brain fart there. I know I missed one or two. But yeah, those are the ones. And you know, I mean, Facebook, you know, I'm in the 2000s, you know, you're allowed what, up to 5,000. We just started a TikTok for what's hot in the strip clubs. And it's funny because we abbreviated the name What's Hot ITSC. What's Hot ITSC is the name, so we don't have the word strip
Clever.
club in there. And I started that last week, actually. And hey, I'm up to 10 followers. So if I could use this golden opportunity with you out here, everybody, What's Hot ITSC. That stands for What's Hot in the Strip Clubs. And by the
That
way, What's Hot ITSC also has show tits in the middle of it. Nobody ever figured that out. What's Hot in ITSC has
let's
show
take a
tits in the
look.
middle.
Let's take a
What's
look.
that? It's what? Show tits? See.
ITSC. Oh, yes, follow. Now you have 11 followers.
Yay!
All right, so everybody
I
needs
love
to
you,
go
Sam.
follow this TikTok. What's hot ITSC? It does have tits in the middle.
It has show tits in the middle.
I love
What?
it.
Show tits? We didn't
So
really do that on purpose. It just, you know, I was looking for domain names and we wanted to find a way to not have the word strip club in the domain or in things like that, because our website is what'shotitsc.com. So we didn't want everybody to type the whole thing out. So we started, Alon Fong and I were on the phone and I was on GoDaddy looking at available domain names. And so, you know, we're going, oh, wait a minute, we could do this, but I said, it has tits in the middle name. Wait, it has show tits in the middle name.
happy mistake. So we are coming up on half an hour. So I want to go ahead and give you complete control of the microphone, shout out any handles, websites that you want to shout out, and I will compile a list and add it so it's clickable, and give us your social media so we can all follow you.
Fantastic. Almost everything social media wise is either Danny Myers or DJ Danny Myers. If you put either one in, you're going to find it. My personal website is dannymyers.com. And by the way, Myers is Meyers. I have that link to all of my other sites as well, because I've got the Panda Top 20, the Panda Off the Charts, the Bubbling Under, and all those shows. You can also find What's Hot in the Strip Clubs. You can either go there to what'shotitsc.com, or you can go to dannymyers.com and click on the What's Hot button. I try to simplify it all by putting it all on my landing page of dannymyers.com. So yeah, I need TikTok followers. I have no tits. I need to borrow yours. I don't think that if I had your
I'll loan
tits,
them to you for a day or so.
yeah, there you go. I would do that. Sam, I
Well,
appreciate this, man. I
thank you
appreciate the
for
chance to get on here. I
coming
rarely
on.
get a chance to get interviewed. I'm always on the
You're
other
on the
side of
other
it. This was
side. You're
fun.
on the other side. Well, thank you so much for coming out.
Oh, thank you so much.